What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I'm going to talk about a finesse story so crazy that it justifies the things that I've said over the years about how desperate Western women are for love with the men they want, and they're willing to spend money. They're willing to trick off. They're willing to give these men all their money. Now, we've seen scams of the variety of the Nigerians, right? They would go on these dating apps and they will fool these older women into thinking that they're celebrities, which is ridiculous to me. But that's happening, or that has happened. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, in this case, millions of dollars, because this female here, she did an interview about how she dated this zesty looking man there, all right? And she gave this man, I guess he told her to invest in certain things, and those things turned out to not be the right things, and she's lost, and she feels deceived. But let me tell you something right now. If you claim to be an intelligent woman, there is no way that you're giving this man anything and you're out here getting yourself finessed, because a lot of women of today think they're smarter than everybody else. They'll talk about their accomplishments, but they never, when it comes to men, they have a blind spot. Why is that? Why is it when it comes to men that you have a blind spot and you overlook the fact that this man is deceiving you? So we're going to get into this story. Make sure y'all like my video and share it, hype it, whatever.
Lost my retirement plan because of him. And how do you let this happen to you? It's an embarrassing thing.
Tonight, a woman claims to be out nearly $2 million, the alleged victim of a man at the center of a multi-theft case across the state of Tennessee. Good evening and welcome to News 2 Now.
Multiple women. This man was finessing multiple women, so she wasn't the only one. How did this happen? How do they let one man, all right, who looks like he plays for multiple teams, how do they allow this man to finesse them? How? Are you that desperate for a man?
Now at 10, I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. News 2's Kelly Milan has been reviewing the records and spoke with a woman who says her life was turned upside down.
A woman in Nashville filed a lawsuit against Daniel Raynell Martin after she put more than $300,000 in personal cash and credit based on what she says were false representations. The judge ultimately ruled Martin to pay more than $1 million. According to multiple women who spoke to News 2, they describe a similar pattern, saying Martin would get close with them and then ask to start a business, later telling them to just trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Just trust him. He knows what he's doing. Really? Really? First off, you shouldn't even let these men know you have this kind of money. I mean, you hide everything else. But the fact that he was like, just trust me, bro, and y'all just said, okay.
And later warned them, what goes around comes around. News 2 spoke with Jessica Reynolds, who says she entered into both a personal and professional relationship with Martin. One, she says, ended with staggering financial consequences.
He had me in like $2 million in debt at the time.
Reynolds says over a span of 5 years, Martin persuaded her to purchase 8 properties, all in her name. He promised repayment and profitable home renovations. She says neither came to pass.
I'm a real estate agent. I know that I'm a smart woman. You question, how do you let this happen to you?
Yeah, you're a smart woman, but when you're having relations with a man, it clouds your judgment. See, if you were dealing with a man professionally that you had no interest in physically, you would think a lot clearer. But for some reason, you're attracted to this man and you are willing to overlook that. It happens all the time. She's not the only one. We see women who claim to be smart and intelligent. They got all these degrees, but they always end up with losers. You got to ask yourself why. It's because that's what they're attracted to. That's how they feel about themselves. Whatever they feel on the inside, it manifests itself on the outside. And that's how they end up with the men they end up with. Just you saying that you're smart, it makes it even worse. And the fact you work in real estate make it even worse. You're trusting a guy with no experience in real estate. He can't even show you his experience in actually trying to get those properties and flip those properties.
It's an embarrassing thing.
Reynolds is not alone. News 2 found court documents show Martin has been indicted by grand juries in at least 3 different Tennessee counties: Franklin, Moore, and Marshall, all separate cases. In Franklin County, a 2024 grand jury indictment alleges Martin unlawfully obtained between $60,000 to $250,000 in U.S. currency from an elderly woman. In Moore County, a separate indictment.
Listen, man. Unfortunately, a lot of these older women, they don't have family that care about them, because there's no way if these women who are dealing with this man have family around them, they would warn them. But it's clear that these women have nobody around them for whatever reason, that they allow themselves to be finessed by this man. Okay, a man that probably doesn't even like women. He just likes what women can do for him. This is very clear, because the guy had just going after these women for money. This is nothing new. It's nothing new. But I guarantee you they're gonna seek to make an example out of him.
Accuses Martin of theft involving construction-related materials valued between $10,000 and $60,000. And in Marshall County, a grand jury returned multiple felony counts alleging the fraudulent use of a credit card or debit card, transactions totaling between $2,500 and $10,000.
It's a lot of money. I've worked my butt off since I was 15 years old. I've juggled 2 and 3 jobs. I lost my retirement plan because of him.
Reynolds says he is free, still out there, worried another woman is going to have to go through the pain.
That's crazy that this man is free. But they'll get him eventually. That's how these cases work. I saw a fraud case from a couple in Texas that had been going on for over 5 years, and they're finally been convicted, and they're going to be sentenced soon. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a lot of time. That could be the case here, but they need to watch him, because all he knows is to be a scammer and a fraudster. And I have no doubt he's going to go to try to do it again. He may even try to move to a different state to do it, because we all know that these fraudsters, once they get caught, they'll move to a different state and they'll continue that process. I've spoken about this before. There was a former NFL player. He was defrauding and finessing women in Canada. Then he moved, I believe, to Atlanta, Georgia, the state of Georgia, and in Atlanta, and he started doing the same thing. It could be vice versa, but he was moving country to country, state to state, to continue his finesse, and they finally caught him.
She did.
When does it stop? He's still out preying on women now.
Bob and Haley, we tried reaching out to Daniel Raynell Martin himself, but did not receive a response at this time. Reynolds says she is now working with an attorney and plans to press charges. Back to you.
Plans? Why hasn't she done it now? Oh my God. Yo, why hasn't she done it already? This stuff happened years ago. Why haven't she done anything legally already? Let me tell you something. I believe wholeheartedly she's still in love with this man, because she doesn't come across as angry. She come across as sad. If this man came back into her life, she'd probably get back with him. And that's the problem. A lot of these women are so desperate for love. They see this guy. For whatever reason, they're attracted to him. Maybe it's the brown eyes. And they believe what he says. This guy's a con artist. He should be in prison, and he's going to be in prison. He's just out now while they build their case. But they always circle back, and they're going to circle back to him. But in the meantime, they better keep an eye on him before he continues to finesse more women. But then they may want him out just so he does that. Something tells me that they want him to be free so he can try it again, so they can bust him and put him in jail with no bail. So let me know in the comment section. Let me thoughts, like this video and share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see y'all next one.